Hey, what's up, everybody? It is time for the March 2020 market update, and we're going to get started right now. Hey, what's up, everybody? It is Mark with My Front Range Living, powered by RE/MAX Integrity. I am a full-time real estate agent here in Colorado Springs, and this month's market update for March 2020 is brought to you in quarantine. Here I am at the home office, kind of a different surrounding for those of you who've been tracking for a little while, but still some really interesting information. We're getting a lot of questions right now in regards to what's happening in the market, what we think is going to happen in the future, so on and so forth. So I'm going to do my best to kind of walk you through it. So right now, it's probably a little early to tell by these numbers, but for single family here in the Colorado Springs area, there were 1,820 listings in March of this year. So when you compare that to the 1,254 that we had in February, obviously we took a big jump. But when you look at March of 2019, at 1525, we were even higher than we were this time last year. So we are trending upward in regards to listings, which is great because we've had a lot of demand out here and inventory's been really, really tight. As far as sales go, we had 1,270 sales in March of this year compared to 985. So we were already selling quite a few homes. We were already tight on inventory, and we sold more homes in March than we did in February. So compared to March of 2019, 1,224, we're still on track to have more sales this year. So again, that's reflective of homes that were already under contract when we started the whole home quarantine things, shelter in place stuff. So let's look at prices. As far as prices go, the average sales price was about $390,000 in March of this year. So just last month, $390,000 average sales price compared to just over $386 in February. So home values are continuing to go up. Sales prices are pushing that. So a lot of folks in regards to selling their homes, hey, am I still going to get the same value for my home? Last year, March, $350,000 was the average sales price. We have jumped that 10% that we've been talking about for a long time. So March of last year, $350,000. This year, $390,000, even up over $386 in February. So we're continuing that climb. So as far as active homes, again, inventory has been super, super tight. We had 1,328 active homes. That's still really, really low for Colorado Springs. And quite honestly, that is not just Colorado Springs, that's our entire Pikes Peak region. So if you go Colorado Springs specific, if you whittle that down a little bit, it's even lower than that really in Colorado Springs. So for Pikes Peak region, 1,328 active homes compared to 1,085 in February. So again, that inventory is trending up, which is great for those of you who are looking to buy a home. So where does that land compared to March of last year? 1,461, same month year over year. So in March of last year, we had 1,461. This year, we have 1,328. So again, inventory is still super, super tight, but we're trending upwards month over month. So that's the single family synopsis. So that's single family homes in the Pikes Peak region. That's what's going on there. So let's look at condos and townhomes. Here's what I love about condos and townhomes. You're going to see a trend here. And when I'm done explaining all that, I want to go into that with you because it's a pretty important trend if you ask me. So condos and townhomes. In February of 2020 listings, we had 249 of those condos and townhomes listed compared to 214 in February versus 216 in March of last year. Yes, the amount of condo and townhome listings are going up, and that's a great thing. Again, I'll explain it in a minute. So of those, how many were sold? So we had 184 sales of condos and townhomes versus 146 in February versus 169 year over year. So again, continuing that upward trend. Again, that's a great, great thing. So when we're talking about prices, again, for those of you looking to sell, man, we're hitting those value thresholds, definitely. So average sales price March of this year was 261, just over 261 compared to 254 in February. So again, we're getting even more value month over month, let alone the year. This time last year, 237. So again, condos and townhomes are experiencing more than that 10% threshold year over year. It's pretty fantastic. It's good stuff. Um, we like it. It's good for sellers, obviously for buyers. We'll talk about you in just a second and how we can help you. So active condos and townhomes are 152 in March, 152 compared to 112 in February. So again, another spike versus 132 year over year last year. So March of last year, 132, this year, 152. So again, we're seeing an upward trend. In regards to new builds, I definitely want to talk about that right now. It's important that everyone understand in this time of quarantine what's happening in regards to the building market. Construction is considered essential. Construction's still going on. I talked to a buddy of mine yesterday in landscaping, and they can still go all day long because they're considered construction. So they're able to do their normal day to day. So again, framing's going up, holes are being dug, foundations are being poured. Obviously, once folks can get inside the house, work moves even faster. So during quarantine, new build construction is still essential. It's happening all over the place. So for those townhomes and condos, that's great because we're able to get affordable houses and they're still being built. It's really a good thing. So how can you, you know what, let me stop there. Am I essential? How can I help you in this time? So as it turns out, according to our governor here in Colorado Springs, we are essential, kind of. We can help a transaction along. What that means is I cannot show you a house physically. I can't take you to a home and show you that home. There's too much risk. We can't hold open houses, none of that. So how can I still help you in regards to the house hunt? Super great question. While I can't take you to the house, I can take the virtual camera that we have. And we're going to do a video on that next week, so stick around and hit us up next week. But we can do a 360 tour, so you can go look up, look down, look all the way around the room, and it's just like you're in the house. So I can still do that. Buying a house sight unseen is kind of scary for some folks. So what you can do to protect yourself is push that earnest money date. So normally what happens when a contract is executed, earnest money becomes due and payable about 48 hours after a mutually executed contract. What we're seeing now and something that we can do is push that earnest money date out about 7 to 10 days to when you do an inspection. An inspection is part of the transaction process, and we can still be there for that. We can still do inspections, okay? So while I can't show you the house in person, inspections are still part of the process. So the recommendation that I have for you right now is let's push the earnest money date out 7 to 10 days to when we schedule the inspection. You walk in the house, yeah, I'm still on board with this. Cool. So we do the inspection, then you get the earnest money to the title company and it works out well. So the other side of that coin is if you walk in and you don't want to do it, save the money on the inspection, save the money on the earnest money, so on and so forth. But make sure that your agent is calling the inspector and saying, hey, we're going to go in here. You might be doing an inspection. You might not. We want to see. So one thing that we're keeping an eye on right now is military movement. Again, we've drilled it into your head over and over and over. We are a heavily military populated town. And right now the military is not allowing any service members to move. That was pushed out till May 11th, and I have it on fairly good authority that it's probably going to go longer than May 11th. So that's going to impact inventory here in Colorado Springs. It's going to impact sales as well. So those of you who are looking to buy who aren't maybe military or are able to move, you are going to have the upper hand because you're going to be able to get access to those homes while the military doesn't really know what's going on just yet. So that's a thing. Another thing to keep an eye on, rates are still super, super, super low. So if you are looking to buy, it could be a great time. Understand lenders right now are in an interesting time. The requirements to qualify for a loan have gone up. Be wary of that. Make sure that you're getting a pre-qual because, gosh, lenders are a little on edge right now. Credit scores are are higher than they used to be in regards to qualifying, so on and so forth. So that's a thing. But we're still able to help you out. By and large, everyone thinks that when this COVID-19 pandemic kind of lets up a little bit and we're able to go outside, the housing market is just going to pick right back up because the desire to buy a home, the buyers are still out there. Right now the sellers are just kind of on edge. So, hey, once again, hope you find value in this. If you could go below and check us out on Facebook and Instagram at My Front Range Living. Also, it would mean the absolute world if you would subscribe to the channel. We put out content every single Monday, and your comments are welcome right now. I know that there's a lot of questions out there. So if you have questions, feel free to email, call, text, or leave a comment below, and we're happy to help any way that we can. I am Mark with My Front Range Living, powered by RE/MAX Integrity. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you soon.